Mike Craven, Dave Campbell's Football, here with Josh Hoover, quarterback at TCU. Josh, last year, you kind of come in middle of the season, kind of take over as the quarterback. How do you go preparing behind the scenes to be prepared when that opportunity comes around?
Yeah, I think every week I was preparing like I was going to be the starter. Nothing really changed when I became a starter. I was doing the same film work, same film study, same everything. This time, then I was just playing. So I think when you have that mentality just to prepare like you're going to be the starter every week, when your opportunity comes, you're ready and you feel confident.
Obviously, you have a big game in your first start, right? Throw for over 400 yards. Is there a time early in that game where you're like, hey, I'm kind of hot right now, or this is going to go well? How nervous were you going into that first start, and how long did it take you to just kind of get into the feel of the game?
I wasn't really too nervous more than any other game. I was just, I think it's like the confidence thing. You kind of get in there, and then after the first drive, we went down and scored, and I was like, all right, I can do this. You know, that first drive, I couldn't probably tell you what we called or what we were doing. I was all kind of a blur, but after that, everything slowed down for me, and it just became football again.
Injury, you missed spring. Just how you doing health-wise? Where are you at right now?
Yeah, I feel great, 100%, ready to go for this season. Haven't felt this good in a long time, so I'm excited about that. Excited about being healthy again and looking forward to this season.
When you miss spring as a quarterback, kind of how do you go about still getting mental reps and being a part of it? Kind of how did you approach that?
Yeah, I still watched all the film, watched all the practice, and I kind of took more of a coaching perspective now. From just seeing it from a different perspective, kind of allowed me to see ways that I could be a better leader and approach guys and do different things to help our football team. And so gave me an opportunity to kind of take a step back and then just coaching up receivers and other quarterbacks. You know, Haas is a young guy, so trying to help him along. And, Ken Seals is really experienced, really smart guy, so just bouncing stuff off of him and just allowed me to kind of take a different role, and I think it helped me.
Earlier Sonny was up there and he kind of talked about the difference between 22 and 23 was leadership. Yeah. How do you and just kind of the older guys on this team go about establishing that leadership and getting back to where y'all were at 22?
Yeah, you just have to take charge, and certain guys kind of emerge as leaders. It's not really like one day you just kind of pick a guy that's a leader. It's guys that have respect and they work hard and they're the same guys every day. And so we've got some guys that are really good leaders, and that kind of means a different thing for everybody. Sometimes you got guys who just do the right thing and they lead by example, and then you got to have guys that are willing to step up and say something when something's not going right. And I think we have good versatility in our leadership, and it's going to be on us to hold our team to that accountability, hold us to our standard, and it'll be really important for us for our success this year.
For you, kind of what advantage is there in this new Big 12, kind of knowing a lot of these teams? Y'all played Colorado last year. How excited are you to kind of see what this new conference is and to be a part of the race?
I'm really excited about the conference. It's going to be a really competitive conference. Add some of these West Coast teams. These are really good football teams, great programs, and cool places to play. So it's going to be a great experience, and I think it just makes the Big 12 even better. So it's going to be really, really cool to see, and I think we're all really excited about it.
You mentioned kind of watching spring as a coach. Who are some players that kind of came in that maybe TCU fans haven't seen yet that you think are going to have big years this year?
I think Jack Besh, we saw him some last year, but he kind of struggled with some injuries, and he's as healthy as he's ever been. And so I'm excited about him. That TCU fans haven't seen a whole lot of Jack, and he's got a lot of pop to him, and I'm excited about that weapon that we have. And I think Savion's going to take big strides, and I think some of our young running backs are really good players. Excited about our offensive line, the guys that we brought in. We filled some holes, and I think they're going to be a really good group, and that's going to be really important. The offensive line is everything. You're only as good as your offensive line, and you got to be able to run the football in this league and establish a run and then throw off of it. So excited about our young guys and the guys that are coming up to emerge as starters.
You hadn't completely practiced against it yet, but what are the differences between the defense now and maybe the defense of old?
Yeah, they're aggressive. They try to confuse the quarterback, and they do a good job of just being multiple, up front, in the back end, and so it really makes it tougher on the quarterbacks and the offenses to recognize what they're doing. And I think it's going to be really good in this conference. Coach Avalos is a fantastic coach, and I really like him. I have even as a quarterback, I have a good relationship with him, just, talking to him at practice. And so he's an unbelievable guy, and he's a great coordinator. He's had a lot of success in the past, and that's not going to change here at TCU.
And then lastly, year two with Kendall Briles as the offensive coordinator. What's the advantages to that, and what are you excited about with this offense?
I'm excited about the opportunity we have now to kind of hone in on what I do best and maybe what we want to do as an offense. Sometimes I was kind of the backup for all of fall camp and the first couple games, so you don't really get a chance to kind of develop your things you do well sometimes. And so when you play and you kind of get in there and he kind of feels how I play and I feel how he calls plays, we can kind of come together to create the best scenario for both of us and for our offense. So I'm excited about honing in on that and just kind of getting what we need to do kind of set in stone for us to be successful as an offense.
All right, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah.